Hello and welcome to Freshly Served, the healthy vegan cooking show. I'm Heather and today we're going to make a salad with some curry flavored sweet potatoes and almonds. Now I try not to do too many salads on the show because they're pretty simple and it takes a little bit to make a super duper special salad that no one has ever done before. But I also feel that salads are a very important part of your daily routine, and so I want to encourage you to make more salads. So adding some sweet potato, or I've done some other salads with cooked beans, other cooked vegetables, great way to make a salad more exciting, more filling, and make a whole meal out of it. So with that, we're going to start with some sweet potato, and I've put in the recipe to use 2 sweet potatoes, but a lot of the time they're this size. That's a large sweet potato. You only need one of those. Okay, this recipe is for 2 people, so when I put quantities, use your judgment. If you don't want to eat more than that much sweet potato in a sitting, which I love sweet potato, but I don't think I can handle that much, just stick with 1. Okay, I've got a pot of water here that I'm going to bring up to high to the boil. Just put a little bit of salt in there. That's not for the water, it's to help the sweet potato cook. But if I put it in now, the salt will dissolve. Okay. You need to peel and cube your sweet potato. What I like to do is just chop off the end, and I use a little bucket to collect my peelings so that I don't have to bring the compost bucket in the house because it kind of stinks. So just peel it on into there. So I've got my sweet potato cut into cubes at this point. The smaller you cut them, the faster they will cook. And I am boiling my sweet potato because it's a very quick way to cook them. But a very delicious way to cook a sweet potato is to bake it, just like you would a baked potato. Just pop it in the oven. It does take quite a while because sweet potatoes tend to be large, but it is very delicious. It brings out the natural sugars of the sweet potato as opposed to boiling, which just cooks the sweet potato. Now, some interesting things to note about sweet potatoes if you compare them to regular potatoes. One is that their glycemic index is much lower, and the glycemic index is a measure of how quickly and how much a food changes your blood sugar level. So potatoes tend to make your blood sugar go like this. Sweet potatoes are a little bit lower. They also have a lot more flavor to them naturally, which is why I love them. But it means that if you're the kind of person that likes to load sour cream and green onions and all this kind of stuff and bacon bits on your potatoes, that if you're trying to go for a healthy vegan diet, sweet potatoes are a great alternative because they have a lot of natural flavor. You don't need to add that stuff to them to make them really delicious. The other thing is that if you look at these, they are orange, and when a food has a color to it, it means that there are particular nutrients making that color. And orange and yellow vegetables are all high in beta carotene, which is vitamin A, and so you usually hear about carrots that have that, but any orange or yellow vegetable has beta carotene. And also there are some other they call them phytonutrients, and they are very plentiful in the orange and yellow vegetables. So always good to get some colorful vegetables in your life, and also very flavorful. As soon as this water comes up to a boil, you can just pop those in, and sweet potatoes, like I said, will take a different amount of time based on how big you cut them, but usually about 15 minutes. Now, the salt, as I mentioned, is not for the water to speed up the boil. The best way to get the water boiling faster is to put a lid on your pot. Alright, here are our sweet potatoes fully cooked. You can tell if you put a knife or a fork in them that they're going to be nice and soft. And all I do to drain them is just hold the lid over, tip it over into the sink. What I'm going to do here is actually add the spices directly onto the sweet potatoes. So I've got some coriander here. and then some cumin. And what I always say is that I don't actually literally measure spices when I put them on my food, but what you want to do is, oh, big chunk came out there, is go with your own taste. So if you don't like a lot of cayenne pepper, for instance, like I don't, I like things with a little bit of spice, but just a pinch. Cayenne is quite powerful, so I don't put very much on, but if you like spicy, go for it. Black pepper. And what I'm also going to add in here are some green onions that I've chopped, as well as some almonds. And what I do with almonds is take the whole almond and toast it a little bit in my toaster oven, and then I just roughly chop them up. Nuts do not need a lot of time on the heat, so just be really careful if you're toasting them. Once you can smell the nut, it needs to come out right away, because after that it'll burn pretty quickly. So once you get everything, the spices, the onion, and the almonds in here, just give it a gentle stir. These sweet potatoes will be pretty soft, so you don't want to mush them up really. Just get the spices around all of them. And then I have a bowl of lettuce here. Really simple salad dressing. If you have a nice topping that you're putting on your salad, like this sweet potato almond with really good flavors, you can do something really simple with your salad. Just take a little bit of olive oil and just give it a little sprinkle, and then some lemon juice. And you can use fresh lemon if you like. I just don't happen to have any, so I'm using some lemon juice. And just a little sprinkle on there. Give it a little toss. Get a nice big bunch of those greens on your plate, and then top it off with some sweet potato. Now you don't have to use all of these sweet potatoes on your salad. They make great leftovers to take for lunch or eat the next day, whatever you like. You can find the recipe for our curried sweet potato salad at healthyveganrecipes.net. I'm Heather, and this is Freshly Served.